Yo, welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a beautiful Tuesday because we have wall-to-wall ball. We have wall-to-wall ball all day long. I love days like this. You can get your little gamble on very early because at 12 o'clock, we got a little Rangers and Tigers action today, baby. Day baseball. I'm fired up about that. We'll be breaking that down, I promise you, before 12:10. We're going to get you locked, stocked, and ready to rock and fire. Yesterday was not the best day for I only lost the pick I gave you yesterday. Very, very sorry about that. It does happen. Baseball was a little bit weird yesterday. It sometimes can be that way. But I feel pretty good about today's card, and I was very grateful that yesterday the Cubs came through. You know what I'm saying? My goodness. Thank you, Cubs. Thank you, Cubs. Thank you, Cubs. Extra innings against the Diamondbacks last night. So they got me back to even. So, yes, even Steven, baby. So we're going to rock and fire today at 12:10. And then don't forget, not only do we have baseball on, but basically, let's be real, the playoffs start tonight. The play-in tournament begins. It's the West Coast side of things. I am ecstatic to break these games down. I'm fired up tonight to watch playoff NBA action, and it's going to get, I think, pretty entertaining. There's some crazy things that a lot of people are out there floating around. Of course, you know, everybody knows who Stephen A. Smith is from First Take. If you listen to Sports Talk Radio, I'm pretty sure you do. Well, my man Stephen A. Smith kind of hinted that the Lakers should not win tonight, because that means that their first opponent would be the Denver Nuggets. The one team that he believes that they just do not match up well with and would not beat. If they lost, then of course, then beat the winner in the second round of the play-in tournament, the winner of the Warriors and Kings, which is the 9 o'clock game tonight. The Warriors and Kings, whoever loses, they are done. They are out of the tournaments. They are out of the playoffs. Get on out of here. The winner will face the loser of the first game, which is the Lakers or the Pelicans. I will say this. You don't do that. And the Lakers, I agree, match up much better with the Thunder. It would probably behoove them to actually play the Thunder in the first round, because of the situation of the Nuggets are just awesome and Jokic ain't no joker. You know, Michael Porter's hitting things from three. You got dead man. I mean, like Jamal Murray's just ready to roll. You know, this team is just nasty. And Mike Malone, again, the fourth member of the Beastie Boys, is one hell of a coach. I do get it. I do understand, like, the thought. But, man, you play, you win, you're in. And the most important thing is guess what? You don't have to play another game. You get rest in between. And you know who your stars are? There's some superstars in Anthony Davis and LeBron James, but they're old. Anthony Davis, I can't believe, played as many games as he did this year. What was it, 72 games he played this year?
It's impressive for him.
I think that's what it was. Actually, I didn't think I was going to mention that because I just know he played over the 65 to be an all-star. But, you know, you had to play 65 games this year to be considered for the postseason awards.
He played in 76 games.
76? Dang, I thought I actually went a little high with the 72.
Yeah, how about that? It's first time he's played more than 62 games since the 2017-2018 season.
So, I mean, my man's got miles. He's a baller. LeBron's a baller. They're great. I get it. But, man, also the other thing about the first round is there's a few days of rest in between. This is a staggered situation. Like, there's more days in between than there are down the road when you get into the Western Conference Finals, if they got there. Now, we know what happened last year. But, you know, no offense to Memphis, but I don't see Memphis being their first-round opponent, and I don't see it being a walk in the park. And I will say, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a freak. Chet Holmgren can get things done. This Oklahoma City team, who a lot of people aren't really giving all that much praise and credit to, I know they're young and everything, but damn, dude, they did win 57 games. Minnesota has Ant-Man. I know they're young. They are pretty good. We know about the Clippers. Can they stay healthy? Can Kawhi and Paul George Russell Westbrook, can they get business done? And then the Dallas Mavericks, the 6th seed, they're pretty damn scary. They are pretty damn scary. I also heard a conspiracy theory that the Denver Nuggets lost the game to the Spurs on purpose because they did not want a second round matchup possibly with the Dallas Mavericks. Now, I don't believe that at all.
I do love a good conspiracy theory,
Dude,
John.
The Nuggets don't fear anybody on planet Earth. They don't. But we got a lot of great basketball, and guess what? We're talking NBA at 12 o'clock today, because guess who's coming on to join us?
Well, Zach Boyd.
Oh, my gosh, that's right. I forgot to tell Zach. I'm moving him.
Wow.
To tomorrow.
Wow. I got to go tell him. Oh, John.
Because Terry Davis is going to join
wow.
me. And I'm not the brightest person in the world.
Wow. Well, I'm glad, John, I'm glad that I'm not diligent at my job and haven't tweeted the show out yet, because that would have been a bad mistake on. It wouldn't have been my fault.
Just so you know, I thought it.
Just didn't tell anybody.
I just forgot to tell y'all.
Classic.
I meant to tell you. Just so you know, I did open up my phone to send out a text yesterday after the show when I talked with Terry, and then I got distracted. You know how it happens around here.
Oh, absolutely.
And then you know what happened? That thought never came back in my head
until right now.
Till right now. So, deadgummit.
Classic.
We got Terry Davis today. Usually it's Zach. We have Zach tomorrow at 12 o'clock, which is going to be great. Today, though, we're going to talk about the exit interviews for the Grizzlies that he was at yesterday. We're going to break down the NBA playoffs. And you know that Terry is a huge Lakers fan, right? Like, loves the Lakers. So I'm going to bring up this whole little conspiracy theory situation. I will say one thing, though. The Pelicans ain't been no joke. They've been extremely nasty, especially of late. Zion's a bad mamma jamma. So we're going to break down that game. We're going to find out who wins. We're breaking down these games. We're breaking down the game at 12:10 that we're playing in baseball. We got a lot of good baseball stuff. But one other little nugget that I wanted to throw out there, something that I'm kind of fascinated about. Did you see the Team USA basketball roster has been dropped?
I did.
Did you know that they're leaving one roster spot open before their July training camp? So somebody can be added.
Yeah.
I am not, I've been listening to, reading the tweets, listening to podcasts, watching the peeps on TV talk about who, everybody feels that, like, just has a different opinion on who they need to add. But I will say, this is a pretty stacked team. Like, the fact that Embiid's going to be playing for us when he could have played for, what was it? He was thinking about going to France and playing with them, wasn't he?
Yeah, I forget what other country he has citizenship
Dual
in.
citizen. I swear, I think it was. That's Rudy who's playing in France with Wemby. But Embiid could have played somewhere else. Anyway, the point is, they have Embiid, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Bam, Holiday, Tatum, Booker, Davis, Edwards, Halliburton, LeBron James. It's a pretty stacked roster. But then I didn't realize how great international competition has become. I looked at some of the other rosters. There are teams that are freaking loaded for this Olympics. The Olympics is in France. It's going to be off the chain. But, dude, the whole world has gotten better. Like, the NBA is just getting more and more difficult, like, by every year in and year out. And this ain't, like, I'm just, we want this team to win everything, but it's going to be a tough road to hoe. This ain't like back in the day, remember the Dream Team when you had Michael and Bird and Barkley, Magic. Like, dude, those teams were nasty. This is a totally different animal, but I'm kind of curious, and I always like to ask the text and listener line, Sissy's Log Cabin, the text and listener line, 901-360-8255, 901-360-8255. Life's too short for ordinary jewelry. When you look at the roster that they've assembled, they still can add somebody else. Who knows? They might go with another big. They might go with a shooter. They might go with somebody playing a little defense. I don't know. They're going to go with somebody else. But it is a stacked roster. Back in the day, do you, like, if you were going to put a line, and I know we can't do this is definitely a hypothetical, but that first Dream Team, does that first Dream Team rail these guys? Or today's guys just, MJ, Magic. Go look at that roster. It'll freak you out how nasty and deep it is. And they have everything on it. against today's roster. And the reason I say, like, I almost automatically, like, of course, go to what I grew up knowing. And of course, I think Mike's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And we'll talk a little bit about these rosters. I'm going to ask Terry Davis this. Do you not feel like the athletes today, though, are bigger, stronger, and faster? And again, for me, a lot of this comes with baseball, like watching the guys throwing 100 miles an hour. Paul Skeens, who's right now in AAA for the Pirates, threw 13 pitches over 100 miles an hour the other day, and he's in AAA. There was a closer that came in over the weekend, and I can't remember his name. I'd never even heard of him. And he threw 103 miles an hour.
Wow,
The athletes today, and I'm being serious, and again, no disrespect to when I grew up, I just feel like they are bigger, they are stronger,
Sure.
they are faster, technology's gotten better, training's gotten better, nutrition's gotten better, the way they shoot the basketball from deep has gotten better. Originally, like immediately when I think about the original Dream Team, and I think about how dominant they were, and they dominated the entire world. I mean, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Charles Barkley. You had Karl Malone and John Stockton. You had No Tip and Pippen, Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, Christian Mullins. That team was sick. Like, that's like, we're talking, like, listen to all the Hall of Famers that we're talking about when I say that. And those dudes right there, I mean, I think MJ's the greatest thing in the world. But with all the other sports, I mean, the guys are running crazy numbers in the National Football League. They're bigger and stronger and faster than they've ever been. In baseball, you have guys throwing triple digits like it's normal. Go to a batting cage for me. Go in there and hit 60 miles an hour and then bump it up 10 miles an hour, just to 70. The difference in 10 miles an hour will blow your mind. Now imagine at 90 being super fast back in the day, and now it's 102 and 103, or in Aroldis Chapman 105, 106 miles an hour back in the day. I mean, like, it's ridiculous. Now, I definitely think that Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, and Larry Bird and these guys could have played in any era. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's harder. I guess what I mean is it harder for me to judge basketball than it is the NFL, and in baseball. It's just, I mean, now the guys in Major League Baseball, they strike out a lot, but look at the number of home runs that they hit. Listen, Tony Gwynn could have hit in any era. Tony Gwynn can hit anything. He could hit 100 miles an hour. I have no doubt about it. He can hit anything. Ken Griffey Jr., hell, even Pete Rose, who's a disgusting human being and a nasty person, but the dude's the all-time hit king. He could hit probably in any era. But I don't see him hitting the missiles the way that Barry Bonds did, or Juan Soto is today, Aaron Judge. It's just a different style of game. But I will say the athletes today are bigger, stronger, faster. That's why, look at the world records in track and field. Like, in my mind, I would say favor the original 92 Dream Team by 15, bro. We'll smoke this roster. But I'm really wondering, would we really? Dacus, you're a young buck. You never really got to see the 92 Dream Team. You may have seen a couple of videos. You didn't grow up in that era.
Read a couple books.
Read a couple books. That's what I'm talking about, like smart little man
That's
over
right.
there. Do you, like, I just think that team would beat today's team. And today's team, I think, is great. But then I also keep thinking about just the NFL, and I think about other sports. And I just think about how today's athlete seems more of a physical specimen
Sure.
now than they ever did
Yeah.
30 years ago,
For sure. I mean, you look at all of the length and guys that are playing, fours right now in the NBA, even some fives in the NBA right now, and they're dribbling the ball up. I mean, it's a different world
David
nowadays.
Robinson's a bad man with Jamma, but with Kevin Durant pulls him out at
literally.
7 feet. But
Yeah.
then you know what I mean? Like, but he couldn't back him down. I mean, it's just, it is a different game. Charles Barkley wasn't all that big, but he used his big old butt.
Mm-hmm.
Magic was
his
now
big old
Magic was a
mouth on
huge point
TNT.
guard. And he's hilarious.
He is funny.
He is great. He's great with using his mouth. But I just want to know what y'all think. 901-360-8255. Is today's athlete that much more superior that it even affects the game of basketball the way it does, I think, Major League Baseball, the way it does the National Football League? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm telling you right now, Barry Sanders could run in any era. There are guys that can do that. I'm talking about the pieces that are around him and what they go through on a regular night and the style of athlete that they play against. I mean, let's just be real about some of these things. I mean, you go back, like the great 49ers teams with Montana, then Rice, the great Dallas Cowboys teams with Aikman and Irvin and all that stuff. Those teams were great. They were so damn good. I mean, they were the best in the world. But could you imagine like that Ravens defense with Ray Lewis and all them boys going to get, man, that's some nasty suckers, man. I don't know. Let me know what you think again. 901-360-8255, 901-360-8255. Again, life's too short for ordinary jewelry. Now I'm going to talk about something real important because we haven't talked with David Cobb
2
in
weeks.
2 weeks,
Yeah.
bro.
We haven't talked to him. There's been a national championship played since we talked to him.
Dude, national championship. Mark Pope had a great press conference. He had a great pep rally, and then his whole roster left.
Mm-hmm. Big Z at Arkansas now. Calling the Hogs. Woo pig.
We got that situation. We got so much stuff to talk with David Cobb. He's coming up at 11:30 today, so we're going to break down a little college basketball, some of the moves, what's been going on. I'm going to ask him what he thinks about some of these players that Memphis has been picking up.
And, today's the big day. Transfer portal opens for football.
Football,
players.
yeah. That's right.
So
It does.
I think I've already seen like 5 or 6 Colorado players have entered the portal. I know.
Well, Dion, at least, like Dave was talking about how, and he's right, that you're not going to see depth charts be released. You know what I'm saying? After the spring games and stuff. But Deion Sanders, one thing he will tell you, if he doesn't want you on that team, just like last year, he will basically say, it's time to get your butt in the portal and go.
Absolutely. 100%. I saw one of Memphis' starting corners jumped in the portal this morning, Diego Brumfield.
I don't understand that one.
I don't know.
I thought he was the starting corner. Is some kid coming taking his spot?
I think that's the likeliest outcome. Is somebody else has been getting the first team reps in spring ball. But I will say this: Diego, good player, came up from a lower level, little undersized, and that kind of got him in some awkward situations last year, covering like the deep ball and stuff like that. Good player, but I do think it's because someone else is getting the first team reps.
That's the thing that scares me for the University of Memphis, by the way, who we haven't really talked much about, but they have this is the best opportunity I can remember in a long, long time. Man, since the Cotton Bowl, man. Since Gabe Kuhn was playing left tackle for the Memphis Tigers. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
This is an opportunity, like with it expanding to 12, and you have one slot for that non-power 5, what do you call it, non-power 4 now?
Well, I guess so, yeah. I mean, I guess it's still the group of 5.
Group of 5.
Yeah.
But now then they're like 6 group. Never mind. Anyway.
I know there's now 4. It's a mess, John. I don't know.
It is a mess. But there is one slot for the highest ranked team, not in the ACC, Big 12, SEC, or the Big 10. And Memphis has one hell of a shot to be that team this year. Ryan Silverfield's stock has never been higher right now. Dude, he could, and I hate to say this, Memphis man, but this man is thinking to myself, I'm going to parlay this into a big boy job.
You right about that.
That's what he's...
Well, and that's the great thing. I don't know. I don't remember how much we talked about his contract on this show, but, I think it's a really good contract for both him, getting more money, getting that sense of stability going forward, but also for the university because there are those clauses in there. If he does leave and takes another job after this season, after next season, Tigers get a good chunk of change. So I think that's huge that they got that contract.
Could you imagine, man, if Memphis actually think about it, this just could very well happen. Let's say they're the highest ranked team, not in the SEC, ACC, Big 12, or Big 10. They get that automatic qualifying spot, and somebody like Alabama has a down year, first year, and doesn't make the postseason, and like an Ole Miss makes it. I mean, you could have a Georgia, and Ole Miss, maybe Tennessee with Nico doing his thing up there. Like, it would be wild. Like, Memphis would be in, and Nick Saban and his Alabama team that we were just so used to being there. I mean, these are the kinds of wild things that this year in college football, 2024, is going to be awesome.
Well, and the one thing I'm really excited about.
I mean, could you imagine if Ole Miss and Memphis both made the college football
playoff? What if they were matched up against each other? I mean,
this place,
even better.
This area would be going buck wild.
This station would be divided. But
I know where my allegiance is.
I know where your allegiance is.
With my children.
That's right, where your money goes. But one thing I am really excited about this, if Memphis does get into the college football playoffs, that first game is a campus site game, and so they could be going. I mean, who knows where they could go?
Yeah,
Michigan, Oxford. The sky's the limit. They'd be going into a big time atmosphere, which would be a lot of fun.
We also got to talk about the drafts coming up pretty soon. It's not this Thursday, but next Thursday, the NFL draft
creeps up on you.
It does creep on you. We had the WNBA draft last night.
Shout
Shocker. Caitlin Clark went first. We got so much stuff to get into. Before I take a quick time out, I did want to tell you something that I think is pretty important. This Saturday, you know what's going on, don't you, Dacus?
Absolutely. It's the World Wing Fest, John.
Deadgummit, you're right. It's the 22nd annual World Championship Hot Wing Contest and Festival at River Garden Park. It is full 20 this Saturday. All you have to do is go to worldwingfest.com. Get your tickets now. It's going to be awesome. There's going to be 2 stages with bands. There's going to be teams competing for $10,000 in prizes. There's going to be drinks. There's going to be fun. It's going to be a great atmosphere and a beautiful day. Make sure you get your tickets at worldwingfest.com, and you come out and have a great time, and you benefit the Ronald McDonald House. It's just it's a great day. It's all for a great cause, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Go to worldwingfest.com. Grab your tickets now. David Cobb. He's on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Start your day with Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Looking for sports in all the wrong places? Try the Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill in Lakeland Town Square. Fun, friendly, exciting, and comfortable with wall-to-wall TVs for all your favorite games, 24 taps for all your favorite beers, including NA and local craft beers, and an in-front-of-the-wall full bar for all your other favorite beverages, including a full wine list. Add in an upscale menu, patio seating, daily specials, and events, and you found all your sports in the one right place. The Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill in Lakeland Town Square, Highway 70.
All 650 acquisition B, 30,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage. Forte RE756 120, MSRP 22,320, EV6 P56 03393, MSRP 50,200, Telluride RG5 1041, MSRP 37,935. Includes all rebates and incentives. Must finance through Hyundai. Excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 4/30/2024. Dealer stock only.
Hey, Jeff Allen, what's happening over there at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah Wonderland?
Randy, we are making magic on Mount Moriah. 2024 Kia Forte LXS 41 MPG Highway, $199 a month, $34.99 due at signing. 2023 Kia EV6 Win, $249 a month, and a 2024 Telluride LX front-wheel drive, $369. Both $39.99 due at signing, all 24-month lease.
And 0% for 48 months on 2024 EV9, and always get peace of mind with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah.
So get over there, Gossett Kia South, 2680 Mount Moriah or KiaMountMoriah.com.
Is your home screaming for an upgrade? Listen closely because Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing is about to make your day. First step, say goodbye to cold showers and hello to endless hot water with our tankless water heater upgrade. Not only does it save space and energy, but it also keeps the hot water flowing exactly when you need it. And here's the kicker. Switch from your old tank to a sleek, efficient tankless water heater now, and Choates will hand you a $500 credit. Yep, you heard that right. $500 back in your pocket. But wait, there's more. Clogged drains are a hassle no homeowner wants to deal with. With Choates' special offer, get your drains cleared for just $93 or it's absolutely free. That's our guarantee to make it drain or you don't pay a dime. So why wait? Call Choates today at 347-8086 or visit us online at choateshvac.com. And remember, Choates, let our family serve your family.
Some people just know there's a better way to do things, like bundling your home and auto insurance with Allstate, or hiring someone to move your piano instead of doing it yourself. So, do things the better way. Bundle home and auto and save up to 25% with Allstate.
Bundled savings vary by state and are not available in every state. Saving up to 25% is the countrywide average of the maximum available savings off the home policy. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
It's the Dodge Power Shot Day's last call, and that means it's time to get your best deal at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the pike. Feel exhilarated in 2023 Jeep Renegade Latitude 4x4, $25,889 or $389 a month. And get yours before they're gone. 2023 Dodge Charger SXT, $29,969 or $459 a month. And during Ram Truck Month, get 2024 Ram 2500 Tradesman Crew Cab, $6,000 off MSRP, plus 0% for 72 months on select models. So drive past the rest and come to the best. Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the pike. Online, GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 75 months at 8.99%. Renegade Triple P 56520, MSRP 31095. Charger PH 651421, MSRP 36420. Ram RG 193,472, MSRP 65,925. AP offer at 72 months, includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Approved credit, dealer stock only.
Ole Miss Rebel Yell is back. The Rebel Yell Hotline Radio Show is back on WHBQ Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Every Monday night at 6, hear the latest news on your Ole Miss Rebels with Yancey Porter with 24/7 Sports, former Ole Miss defensive tackle Mike Fitzsimmons, Gordon Ford covering SEC Sports Call, and former Ole Miss baseball announcer Gary Darby. From kickoff to free throw to extra innings, your Ole Miss Sports on the Rebel Yell Hotline Show, right here Monday night at 6 on Sports 56, 560 AM and 98.5 FM, your Mid-South sports station.
The only power source capable of generating 1.21 gigawatts of electricity is a bolt of lightning.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. I'm so excited, man. It's been 2 weeks since I talked to my good buddy, David Cobb.
Sure has. Feels like a lifetime.
Feels so long, man. I miss him, man. I miss him. But we got him today. We're going to talk a little college basketball, a little college football. David is from with CBSSports.com, if you did not know. I call him the greatest sports writer on planet Earth. I think a lot of people agree with me. I think most people agree with me. DC, what's up, brother?
Wow. That's just incredible, man. Thank you so much. I wish you were on like the Pulitzer Prize like award committee, and then maybe I could win one.
Dude, we're gonna have to work on this, man. I've always wanted to be like on somebody's board or something. I love to vote on things. I love voting.
Yeah.
So I'm in.
That's great.
So I'm in. I gotta ask you, by the way, real quick, because we haven't talked. I mean, we haven't even talked since the national championship games. Did you know that?
Yeah, no, you're right. It's been a long time. We skipped 1 week. We've been talking every Tuesday at 11:30 for like how long now? What, 5 years?
At least.
Probably
longer than that. I was thinking.
But yeah, man, and there's so many things that are going on. Like I mean, Dan Hurley and that deadgum UConn team and what he's been able to do. First thing I just wanted to ask you is, how is it that Dan, because he made the comment that he doesn't go out there and get neon players. He goes, I don't go out there and get players. I go get an NBA talent, but I get guys who are about team, who are selfless, who can be coached hard, et cetera, et cetera. It sounds very easy. But, I mean, there are a lot of neon players out there. How is he able to do it? How is he able to put these two rosters back-to-back? You lose 5 of your top 8 scorers from the season before that you won the national championship, your top 3 scorers, and then this year's team might have been even better.
I think a lot of it is about the relationships that you have throughout the basketball world. Because if you want to find those team-first guys, those guys who are willing to be coached, those guys who are unselfish, you can't necessarily do that through a spreadsheet or through advanced analytics. You can only do that by talking to people who know those players and can tell you whether or not those players have the character that's going to be required to fit in a system like that. And the only way you're going to know that stuff is by talking to the people who know those players, and be that a high school coach, an AAU coach, a college coach, a personal trainer, whatever. And typically you're only going to know those people through having deep grassroots level connections, both, for yourself in Dan Hurley's case or for your staff. And that's another underrated aspect of what Dan Hurley has built at UConn is the staff that he has put together. The assistant coaches there have been with him for years now, and they've really built something together that I think works really, really well for them.
Man, it's definitely working for them. And of course, the thing that I thought about when Dan was doing this, talking about the neon players and et cetera, and how they tell on themselves when you're in conversation with them. And he did talk just about it, like you said, about how you got to find out who this person really is. I'm kind of curious, is that the problem with maybe Memphis last year? Did they have too many neon players on their roster?
Yeah, I think you can't just throw a collection of talent together and then expect it all to work out. You've got to do some level of behind-the-scenes homework to understand if a guy is going to accept a role. And how you figure that out is difficult. Dan Hurley might be a good reader of people. If he says they tell on themselves, what that probably means is that he's pretty good at reading between the lines when he's recruiting a kid. And that's sort of a gift, and maybe not every coach has that. So, yeah, with Memphis in particular, talent acquisition has never been the problem. And I don't expect it to ever be a problem because people are going to want to play for Penny Hardaway. Memphis has a pretty strong tradition of basketball names that have come through this school who have gone on to do a lot of really good things, right? And so acquiring talent should never be the problem at Memphis, and it's not the problem for Penny. But getting that talent to work together, I don't think you can just assume that it's going to happen. I think you got to have some level of investigation on the front end to decipher, okay, yes, these guys would work together, or okay, these guys are low ego enough to play together. And that's why now it's you got Haggerty, you got Danger, you got this 40% three-point shooter, coming in from Wichita State. So, now you got to go find some Nick Jourdain. You got to go find some role players, some guys who are willing to be off the ball offensively, some guys who are willing to play defense. And because if you just go out and try to find 8 players who score 20 points a game, that's it's not going to work when you try to put them on the court and field a coherent team.
And Colby Rogers is the kid from Wichita State. He sounds like a country singer, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, he does. I was blanking on his name there for a second. But, he's a good addition. And, I like what they're doing so far. It's just now you got to go out and find the players who fit, not necessarily the players who scored 20 a night at their last school. Because those guys don't always know how to play without the ball in their hands. They don't always know how to take on a challenging defensive assignment. So, I'm curious to see where they go from here. I think they're off to a good start, though.
They are off to a pretty good start. Haggerty, a lot of people are really, really excited about him. Colby Rogers shooting over 40%. I'm curious, though, Danger. from, from everything that I'm seeing, he wasn't. Again, and I'm also now very biased because of what we saw with Brown last year and Malcolm Dandridge. Jalen Duren, he ain't, that ain't Jalen Duren walking through the door. Danger's like talking about losing a bunch of weight. I feel like I've gone through this before. Is he going to be somebody who actually can really contribute to this team, or is this going to be one of those 50-50 shots?
He better be because of what they're going to have to pay him. And it's like, Dane Danger in the right system is a good enough player to be all AAC.
Whoa.
Maybe not first team, but I believe, look at the efficiency. Look at the skill there. He was a really good player at Illinois 2 years ago, and the only reason Dane Danger is transferring from Illinois is because they play a system that doesn't suit what he does. And so I hope that it works out between Dane Danger and Memphis. I think on the surface it's a little bit of a sketchy fit because Memphis likes to go fast. They prefer athletic bigs. They prefer bigs who can catch that lob.
Mm-hmm.
They prefer bigs who can get out on the perimeter and defend. Look at Naquan Tomlin. Look at Precious Achiuwa. Look at even Jalen Duren wasn't a back to the basket, give me my post touch on the block type of big. That's more what Dane Danger is. If utilized properly, Dane Danger is an all-AAC player. And I think you could have said the same for Jordan Brown. And maybe there were some other factors at play there. Maybe he deserves more of that blame than Penny. I'm not saying, that I know every ins and out and every detail of the situation. But what's going to be different about the Dane Danger thing? Because if they want to get the most out of this guy, a guy who was highly coveted in the portal, they're going to have to let the big dog eat a little bit because this guy is built like DJ Burns. He ain't built like Naquan Tomlin. And if you try to run that guy for 30 minutes a game, it's going to be a disaster. And are they going to tailor the way they play it all to fit him? I don't know. But I'm real curious about it because he's a really good player. And he's a good pickup, but how is it all going to work out in that Memphis system?
Well, I'm glad you understand my fear because I've just never seen Penny play with a guy like him with his back to the basket. I've seen the Malco thing go terrible. I saw the Brown thing last year was just awful, and we just haven't seen him ever play through his center and with a player with his back to the basket. So that's why when Dane Danger was coming to Memphis, I'm like, man, is he like really going to be playing like even 20 minutes a game?
I think it's a questionable decision on Danger's part. I don't blame Memphis for picking up a really good player from the portal, but I think
like go from a bad system in Illinois to possibly a bad system in Memphis.
Yes, and I think he's doing it. I don't know, but I would imagine he's doing it because of the fact that he's going to get paid. And it's like, all right, but like, is it going to benefit you from a basketball standpoint to go and go into this system that's kind of similar to the one that you're leaving? So I don't know. I'm curious because I really believe you go and look at the efficiency, the skill, the size. Like Dane Danger is a really good player, and I had him ranked in my top 60 transfers, and then I dropped him out because I'm just not sure how good of a fit he is at Memphis. So I got PJ Haggerty up there pretty high. He's got 3 years left to play. Was super productive at Tulsa, so I really like him. Colby Rogers I don't have ranked, not because I don't think he's good. It's hard to. There's 1,500 players in the portal, and I've only got 70 of them ranked. So only the cream of the cream are in there. But he's a good addition as well.
All right. Well, we've been talking a little Memphis basketball with David Cobb from CBSSports.com. Though I do need to know on the stories that have been huge, especially around the SEC. Cal leaves and goes to Arkansas. Then you have Mark Pope goes to Kentucky. He's hilarious. He's funny. He's goofy. He was a great pep rally. But now his whole team's gone. Next year, Arkansas going to be a lot better than Kentucky, or can Mark Pope save it?
Yeah, it's interesting that their rosters right now combined have about 3 players for next season. So Cal picked up his first commitment yesterday. Big Z. He's going to go from Kentucky to Arkansas and follow Cal. That's a good addition. I think he could be really, really good with a full year of strength and conditioning and getting acclimated to the SEC. I think he's got a lot of skill. And then Mark Pope got his first commitment today, former BYU kid. So neither one of them is off to a blazing hot start in terms of putting a roster together. but I actually think John Calipari has a little bit of a leg up because he's going to get a lot of these freshmen who were committed to Kentucky to flip to Arkansas. And I wouldn't be surprised if he gets DJ Wagner to commit to Arkansas. And so, Mark Pope's going to get a few of these BYU guys who were with him last year to come to Kentucky, but, they're kind of stepping up a level in competition in terms of what's expected when you go from a BYU to a Kentucky. So I'm going to give John Calipari a little bit of an edge at the moment. I think Mark Pope has a bit more work to do.
Did John leaving Lexington basically pull all of the SEC up a little bit? Because one thing I noticed when John left Lexington and went to Arkansas, first thing that comes out even before he gets his contract, Arkansas is going to commit $6 million to NIL. Then all of a sudden, Ole Miss is freaking out, and they're talking with Chris Beard, and they raise the amount of money that they're going to give to their college basketball team. And then Auburn says they're raising the amount of money they're giving to their basketball team. And now everybody and their grandmother is upping the NIL, and it all seems like the first domino that fell, that was Cal going to Arkansas and then promising $6 million of NIL. The SEC is already strong enough, but did this actually improve the league as a whole?
Yeah, that's an interesting point. I think it does when you start throwing around those numbers, because then it gives every other coach in the league a hard piece of evidence to take to the director of their collective or to their athletic director and say, yeah, look, Arkansas is paying John Calipari $8 million and they still have $6 million a year in NIL left. We only have $1 million a year in NIL or whatever it is. And so, once we start throwing around numbers and budgets like that, then it sort of forces everybody to rise and get within that range or that standard. So, yeah, the SEC is investing big in basketball, and this is where you start to see the might, the flexibility of the SEC in the Big Ten in this era. It's going to separate a little bit from the ACC and the Big 12, because not only do those teams have to come up with the money to pay their coaches from TV contracts that are significantly less, but then they got to have enough booster support left over to not only pay their coaches, but to pay the players as well. And so that's where you start to see the Big Ten and the SEC separate. And I think the Big East is in pretty good shape, too, because most of those schools don't play football. So they don't have to invest in NIL resources for 85 football players. All of their booster support can go to the 13 scholarship basketball players. So when you're talking about getting paid and the NIL resources, the SEC, the Big Ten, and the Big East have a little bit of an advantage on the Big 12 and the ACC.
One other question about the situation. Are Kentucky fans going to, who are so ecstatic about Cal going out the door, is this going to be, do you think Mark Pope's going to work out, or is this going to be a Billy Gillispie situation?
I think he's a good coach. I think he knows what to do with players. He knows how to get the most out of a roster. And then the next question is, well, can he recruit? Well, heck yeah, he can recruit. He's at Kentucky, so he can recruit. Kentucky can pay. That's what it's about. Kentucky has the budget. Kentucky is the New York Yankees in terms of the ability to attract free agents. Because why do people go to the Yankees? It's not because they want to play for Joe Torre.
Money.
Exactly. And why are people going to go to Kentucky? Not because they really care a whole lot about playing for Mark Pope, but because Kentucky can pay them. And once they get there, oh, wow, Mark Pope actually is a pretty good coach. He might actually be a better X's and O's coach than John Calipari was. So I think he will succeed. It depends kind of, I guess, what your definition of success is. But if it's getting to the second weekend of the NCAA tournament,
he'll do that.
Yeah, I think Mark Pope's going to do that. Yeah.
I love it. All right, now, you are one of the busiest people I know in the world. College basketball just wraps up, and guess what opens today, man? It's the spring transfer portal window. It's wide open, baby, for football. What are you expecting today? What do you got coming down the pipe? Are you working on this?
Yeah, actually, we got a live blog up right now at CBSSports.com with updating continuously with a lot of the big name entrants and whatnot. So, as of today, it's been a little quieter the last few hours than I guess maybe I expected. But you saw Caden Proctor officially get in the portal. He was the Alabama offensive lineman who was going to transfer back home and go to Iowa, and then he changed his mind, and now he's going back to Alabama. So that's kind of a wild one. And then at Arkansas, basically their backup QB is transferring out, clearing the way for Taylon Green to be the starter there, the Boise State transfer. So a couple interesting things like that. But, man, there will be more to come. I think this is, a 15-day window for guys to get in the portal. So the next couple of weeks, there's going to be a lot of news on the college football front.
What do you think about, by the way, we had the spring, spring madness, spring games, whatever the hell we're calling the spring situation now these days. It's come and gone. And one thing I thought was extremely wild is Walker Howard's not been named the starting quarterback for Ohio State.
Yeah, well, that is interesting, but they've got talent there in that room. Julian Sayin, true freshman there. Then they got Devin Brown.
Mm-hmm.
He's back, so that's interesting because why would you leave Kansas State?
No kidding.
To go to a place where you're not assured of the starting job. However, I will say this: in this day and time, it's going to be increasingly rare for coaches to name a starting quarterback after spring practice
because of the transfer portal.
Exactly. You want to have the illusion of a competition so that whoever's in second place or third place doesn't leave because you still need those guys. You got to have good backup quarterbacks in college football. And if you say so and so is my starter, and then the backup leaves, well, then you're in a tough spot. So you want to pretend like it's an open competition up until about 2 weeks before the season, even if in your mind you knew all along, even before spring practice, who your starter was going to be. So that's probably some gamesmanship from Ryan Day and Chip Kelly. But I don't think you go out and get a Will Howard from the portal if you're not going to start him, and I would expect him to be the starter.
All right. I just had to ask because I was kind of curious, man. I know you're a busy man. What are you working on? What's coming down the pipe, homie?
Yeah, we'll see. Got some NFL draft stuff I'm working on for next week.
Oh, wow.
Kind of from the college perspective. So, I'm going to dive into that, and then I'm still probably my favorite thing that I do is work on these transfer portal rankings, and it's tough. And you look back a year later, and you're like, wow, I got a lot wrong and I got a lot right. And so hopefully I get more right than wrong this year in the basketball portal rankings. But that's sort of my big thing this time of year, and I enjoy it because it keeps me updated on where everybody's going, which is tough. So. Yeah, I'll be kind of doing a lot, both football and basketball, these next couple weeks.
Man, do me a favor and figure out who's better, Marvis. Who do you think is going to be better by next week, Marvin Harrison Jr. or Malik Neighbors?
I'll put in some work on that one for you. I'll have an answer.
Thanks, big homie. Be blessed, David.
All right, take care.
That is David Cobb, CBSSports.com. You can check him out on Twitter at David W. Cobb, and he's with me usually every single Tuesday at 11:30. But he had a doctor's appointment.
Those pesky doctors.
At least he can get in to see a
got
doctor.
One, that's right.
I'm trying to get a doctor to see me. If you're a doctor and you want to see me, come on, 901-360-8255. Let me know you're a doc. I got insurance, bro. I have a job. I work.
A risky situation, though, just throwing that out there on the radio. You get somebody call you, say they're a doc. Next thing you know, you're waking up in a bathtub and you got a kidney missing.
Damn.
So risky.
You know what? You're right, and I don't even think people have been stealing kidneys as much as they used
I don't
to
know.
back when I was young.
Might be on the rise.
Whew, spring break, man. People were stealing kidneys back in the day, man.
You ever had a kidney stolen?
No.
That's good.
No, I got 2 of them still, but we got to take a quick timeout. Don't forget, we're talking a lot of NBA with Terry Davis at noon. I got Hardwood because it feels so good. But on the other side, I'm telling you who we're betting on. We got 12-10 baseball. The winner is going to be revealed on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows, stay up to date with station events, and have chances to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ.
This is hard to believe, but the Hyundai Santa Fe is actually better? I know, that's crazy, isn't it? The 2024 Santa Fe is new, top to bottom, and even better than before. It's almost as big as the Palisade, so roomy, and now it's got a standard third row. Everybody's clamoring for that. And it's the best SUV when it comes to the ride than ever before. You know how with SUVs you love it because you're sitting high, but you don't get that luxury kind of ride like a sedan? You do with the 2024 Santa Fe. It's the best riding SUV ever, and it's quiet. It's the ultimate family car. All you've got to do to be sold is to test drive it. The people at Homer Skelton Hyundai are saying, come try it. You'll love it. Homer Skelton Hyundai, right at the corner of Highway 78 and Craft Road. First exit in Mississippi. Go see the ultimate SUV, the 2024 Santa Fe.
You can't say that.
But it's true.
You just made that up.
No, I didn't. You can get to any Central Barbecue location from anywhere in Memphis in 10 minutes, depending on traffic.
You made that up.
Try me.
Bartlett.
The Summer Avenue Central Barbecue.
Germantown.
Not Memphis, but the Poplar location.
South Memphis.
Downtown.
Olive Branch.
Again, not Memphis, but the South Haven Central Barbecue.
I still don't think you say you can get to there, any of them, in 10 minutes.
Well, that's why it's depending on traffic.
Are you aware? It's patio season. Family Leisure sure is. That's why they have factory direct pricing on swimming pools, spas, and even, yes, patio furniture. Yes, sir, it's indeed patio season. So come by Family Leisure and check out all the brand new 2024 patio furniture sets. And with patio season here, you know that pool season will be here before you even know it. So buy now to get in line for your pool installation and get pre-season pricing. Plus, you could save $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, even up to $5,000 on all spas and swim spas. Family Leisure has got special pricing on all in-stock saunas, theater seating, pool tables, and even outdoor kitchens. I love it when it's patio season because of all the fantastic deals that Family Leisure makes available just for you. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
Hey, Mid-South! Discover your new ride at Gossett Kia on the Pike. You want it? We Gossett with 2024 Kia Forte LXS. 41 MPG Highway, $199 a month, $34.99 due at signing. How about 2023 Kia EV6 Wind, rear-wheel drive, $249 a month. Plus, Gossett Kia's got 2024 Telluride LX front-wheel drive, $369 a month. Both $39.99 due at signing, all 24-month lease. And you'll always find peace of mind with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So stop what you're doing and call Bobby J, because he's ready to put you in a new Kia today. That's Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, online, KiaCovingtonPike.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 650 acquisition fee, 30,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, Forte RE756 120, MSRP 22,320, EV6 P56 03393, MSRP 50,200, Telluride RG5 1041, MSRP 37,935, includes all rebates and incentives, must finance through Hyundai, excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details, offer valid through 4/30/2024, dealer stock only.
Syntec Premium Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines. Available only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy Tuesday to everybody out there. You know what Tuesdays make me think of?
Tipsy Tuesdays.
I like that, but I was thinking Tito's.
Oh, Tito's Tipsy Tuesday. How about that?
I'm just like, you know what? There's nothing like a little Tito's. You know, it's a Tuesday afternoon. We got day baseball on. I'm about to tell you who we're going to play today, by the way. The Rangers and the Tigers. Tigers are on the road in Detroit. Detroit's 3-5 at home. Rangers 4-3 on the road. John Gray is pitching for Texas. Casey Mize, the former number 1 overall pick from the 2018 draft, is pitching for Detroit.
Who's going to win? I'm going to tell you in just 1 second. But again, I got to remind you, Tito's. Fly fans, you lemons. Don't freak out. Don't fret. Don't stress. Just make a lemon drop. Make sure it's with the best. That's Tito's handmade vodka. It is crafted and distilled in the United States down in Austin, Texas. 6 times distilled, then stilled in classic copper pots. That's why it's got such a unique flavor. Slightly sweet with that black pepper note. It balances everything out, whether you're crafting a cocktail or drinking it neat. Get your Tito's on today. Now, who are we taking? Tigers or Rangers? Tigers or Rangers? Tigers or Rangers? We are not going to put a full unit on this joint. We're going to take it for a little bit I like to call a touch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just to get our juices flowing. So like half a unit. If you're a dollar player, just play, 50. If you're a G player, you're a big baller, send me a little money, just do like 500.
And if you're like a Bryant player, then just put like $5 on it.
Yeah. Just do that. Hey, baby, you know what? That's actually probably the smart way to do it. But I need just a little bit of juice. And
Sure.
I like John Gray, man. He's making his 4th start of the season. He was roughed up by the Cubs, who I took last night, who won in extra innings. He gave up 5 earned runs in that game over 4 frames. Then he had to go against, a couple decent, outings, but it was the Athletics and the Astros who were playing terrible at that time. He does have a decent swing and miss rate. I do like Gray, but I like this Rangers lineup. I like that it's a little bit day action. I'm laying the 120 for a half a unit, and we're getting a little daytime baseball going on. Let's go, Texas Rangers. On the other side, we got to talk about what we're doing tonight, because I hope tonight you're all up in them hoops. The NBA playoffs, the play-in tournament starts tonight. It's the West Coast version because you got the Lakers and the Pelicans. By the way, they are in New Orleans tonight, so people are going to be getting bucked down in New Orleans. They don't play no games. It's going to be wild. New Orleans is a 1.5-point favorite. I know a lot of people are like, yeah, the Lakers need to lose it. That way they don't have to play the Nuggets. They just don't match up well against the Nuggets. I feel like the Lakers don't match up well against the Pelicans. I kind of feel like LeBron and AD going to get this bad boy. Now, the Grizzlies gave them a hell of a time, but Scottie Pippen Jr. ain't playing for the Pelicans. G.G. Jackson ain't playing for the Pelicans. We'll talk about who we're going to bet on. We're going to figure this out with super Laker fan Terry Davis on the other side. And then the nightcap is the Warriors and the Kings at 9 o'clock. The loser is eliminated from the playoffs. So their whole playoff experience will be only one game. Terry Davis next, Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
If you own a business, you know Luttrell Belting keeps you moving. Luttrell has cost-effective belts, conveyor components, and 24/7 on-site service to keep you operating smoothly. Text or just a phone call away at 800-441-8946 or online at LuttrellBelting.com. Luttrell's Memphis plant stocks belting in nearly every size and finish, and if they don't have it, they'll make it. From ordering to selection, fabrication, and installation, your Luttrell sales rep is there for you. Luttrell Belting keeps you moving.
Hey Mid-South, get to Gossett Mitsubishi Motors Spring Sales Event and get thunderstruck with 43 MPG Highway and 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage. We Gossett for $18,960 or $269 a month, or hit the open road in your 2024 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. We Gossett $28,350 or $379 a month, and adventure starts with 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander SE. We Gossett $32,765 or $449 a month. Plus, every Gossett Mitsubishi comes with Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. That's Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, online 24/7 at MemphisMitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 84 months Mirage RH00 5921 MSRP 19460 Eclipse RZO 342,249 MSRP 29,350 Outlander RZO 43754 MSRP 33,765 includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax title and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
As the seasons change, so does the need for reliable home comfort. It's time to turn to the experts with Choates, where your family's comfort is our top priority. Right now, Choates is making it easier than ever to upgrade your home's climate control with our exceptional Carrier systems. There's never been a better time to enhance your comfort. Select from incredibly low monthly payments, 36 months no interest financing, or choose our $1,650 Cool Cash rebate instead and lower the upfront cost on select carrier systems. It's not just savings, it's Cool Cash in your pocket. Low monthly payments, no interest financing, or Cool Cash rebates? Whatever you choose, you're choosing quality, reliability, and the trusted service of Choates. Call us today at 347-8086 or visit ChoatesHVAC.com to learn more about these incredible savings. But hurry, these deals are as fleeting as a cool breeze on a hot day. Choates, let our family serve your family.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Looking for sports in all the wrong places? Try the Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill in Lakeland Town Square. Fun, friendly, exciting, and comfortable with wall-to-wall TVs for all your favorite games, 24 taps for all your favorite beers, including NA and local craft beers, and an in-front-of-the-wall full bar for all your other favorite beverages, including a full wine list. Add in an upscale menu, patio seating, daily specials, and events, and you found all your sports in the one right place. The Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill in Lakeland Town Square, Highway 70.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
I have this one little saying, when things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is Tuesday. It's a wonderful Tuesday. Pro baseball starts in 4 minutes. We're going with the Rangers. I just trust Gray a little bit more. Casey Mize, number 1 overall pick back in 2018. He's got some potential. We'll see how he does, but I kind of like that Rangers lineup today. I like them to get off and take care of business and beat up on Detroit. Tonight, though, we got the Lakers and the Pelicans. We got the Warriors and the Kings. It's the play-in tournament. And I'm fired up because we get to talk with Terry Davis, Laker fan Terry Davis. We also get to talk about the Grizzlies. They had their exit interviews yesterday. That's why Terry Davis is joining us today. What up, TD?
What is up, my brother?
Man, you know I'm just chilling. Nice weather. Love this. You got baseball on today, basketball on tonight. My kind of Tuesday.
Man, yesterday was beautiful, but today feels good. But yesterday was a beautiful day, man. Woo!
Man, it really was. Now, it's just a little cloudy, though. No rain's supposed to come in, so that's good. That's good. Now, I got to ask you, because before we get into your Lakers, who's play tonight, I got so many questions for you on the play-in game.
Shoot them off. Go ahead. One by one.
I'm going to in 2 seconds, but first I got to get to the Grizzlies. Then we're going to get to the play-in tournament. Yesterday was the exit interviews. Yeah. First and foremost, how's everything going down there? Did you find out anything that kind of surprised you?
One thing that really surprised me that Josh not fully, totally healthy. It'd be a couple of months before he's back in and out. The couple of things that really shocked me, Zaire and Luke were not made available. They only made 9 people available, and Marcus Smart canceled at the last second. So it was only 8 people there. But Luke Kennard was not there, and Zaire Women's, they did not do exit interviews.
I know. Are you trying to read between some lines, especially with Zaire?
Man, I'm not trying to read between nothing because I think Jake may have played himself into an extra look And Zaire may be a victim of circumstance because his injury really hurt him because he wasn't able to go out there and show what he could do. So he's not even tradable right now.
Where was that Jake LaRavia that just showed up here at the very end of the season? Where the hell has that dude been?
Hurt, injured, not having an opportunity. See, it's one thing to have an opportunity when when everyone is out playing. Just like all the success that Gigi Jackson is getting right now, he's putting up good points on a bad team, even though they're really good points. But when John, Dez, and JJ come back, and Brandon, he won't get those same opportunities. So don't expect him to do this.
I'm not expecting 44 points from the man and
or 25 on a regular basis. But I ain't gonna lie.
Those last couple games, though, he was in, man. Like, dude, when he pulled up in front of LeBron's face and hit that three from, God, I don't even know where it was. That was so deep. I mean, he's going to get a little run. That second unit's going to be nasty.
He's going to get run. And you know what made it so we teased him after the game because, when he did that crossover, step back, and he didn't hit the three, because if he had hit that three, that would have been SportsCenter because that was beautiful. And because he had some handlers. Because he's already said his biggest shortfall was not being able to play defense, and he's been improving his defense ability while he's been on the court. So he might be a good version of a Dylan Brooks that we haven't had in the past.
Man, golly, dude, I'm excited about next year. Like the one thing is, everybody and their grandmother comes back healthy next year, and you look at the West and how stacked it is. I mean, right. Oklahoma City is such a bunch of young little bucks, and they went out there and got the number 1 overall seed and won 57 damn games this year. The Nuggets are the Nuggets, but then the Timberwolves, Ant-Man's young, and they're doing all kinds of magic. Luka's still up and coming, and the Dallas Mavericks and him and Kyrie are kind of scary. Phoenix Suns is, went out and spent $70 million to keep Grayson Allen. They got Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker. Like, the Kings are young. Where do the Grizzlies next year fit in this absolutely loaded West?
I'm going to tell you exactly where they fit in. They're going to fit in the top 4 seed because even the bad Grizzlies team was competing hard against a really good Western Conference team. Then when you put 2 All-Stars and a potential 3rd All-Star and Desmond Bane in the lineup consistently and with a Brandon Clark, you're going to compete every night. And, not just, against the big boys, you'll compete against the little guys because one thing about the Western Conference, every game's count. And, they won 57 games last year. If you got those guys healthy, I don't see them not going. The floor will be 55 games to me.
Whoa. Did you say the floor?
The floor for next year, if they're healthy.
55?
The floor.
That would definitely be 4th place this year, like one game back of Minnesota for 3rd.
Yeah, everybody said the West is always loaded, but when you look at Memphis squad, they have a solid first 5, and they have a solid second 4. When Tyus was here, they used to not call them. They used to call them the second unit because they didn't want to call reserves because they were above reserves. This team is a legitimate second unit. And for some teams that playing Detroit, wish they had our second 5 because they compete better than their first 5 right now on a regular basis.
Damn. All kinds of crazy stuff going on. Kind of curious if you were looking a little bit forward and you're looking at the NBA draft. Who are a couple guys that you actually like for the Grizzlies? Who are some decent fits?
I like that Klingon guy, man. That guy is
Donovan Klingon from UConn.
I really like him, and I don't want no more wings or guards. We have too many wings and guards. I need somebody down. I need a powerful guy that can play defense in the box who can be physical. I don't care who that may be. I don't care if it's a reserve, Zach Edey. I just need some size down low so when things get tough, they can clean up the middle when they want to so people don't come in and try to push Memphis around. If you can get clean or a guy inside that's powerful and consistent that can rebound and set screens and score 10 points, that's all I want for Christmas.
That's all you want for Christmas, man.
Yeah.
All right, I can handle that. I like that. I like it. Dalton Connect doesn't do anything for you. You just want somebody who's going to set screens and be big.
Connect is a scorer. He's prolific. He's a bucket getter. That ain't what Memphis needs.
No, I'm with you. Actually, I just brought him up.
He's nice.
Tennessee.
I love him.
Yeah, he's nice.
He's nice. And if he can wind up with San Antonio some way and go with Wemby, woo.
What about that the tall French kid, Sarr or whatever? Like, is there like, I mean, he's like what, 7 feet tall?
Yeah, he's 7 feet tall. But one thing about that, all foreigners don't translate the same. Just because Wemby did it and came over and did well, it's no guarantee that he's going to do what Wemby does. So, and you don't know the level of competition he got. But so you always have to take those with a grain of salt. Remember when Memphis was going out getting all those bad draft picks and we thought they were good and most of them flopped, and then we found a few diamonds in the rough, like Gigi. He was 45th pick. You found Dez at the back of the round, Brandon Clark at the bottom of the first round. But those guys, man, it's a crapshoot when you're talking about draft picks, man. You really don't know what you're gonna get until you get it. Like Forrest Gump said.
Damn, don't know what you get life's like a box of chocolates.
Chocolate. You never know you're going to get it till you bite into it.
Oh, man. I know one thing that we are going to get tonight, though. We're going to get some damn good basketball because the play-in tournament starts. I'm fired up. I can't believe when the play-in was announced, I was like, you know me. When change happens, I'm just like that. I'm that old dude. I start whining and complaining about things until.
But Memphis was a part of the first play-in in the bubble.
Oh, I know. I trust me, I know. I just still thought to myself, like, I felt like the NBA. Remember when I said I was like, we've gone to that generation where everybody makes the playoffs. Only like the absolutely terrible teams can't even make it. I mean, you got 20 teams making the damn playoffs. There's only 30 teams in the NBA.
Right.
So that was at first kind of like where I was complaining and saying it's ridiculous. The team that, and then it happens and you realize that, damn, man, the last month of the season actually matters now. Because it's totally different with that play-in tournament. And then the play-in tournament like this gets my juices flowing. Like the 9 o'clock game tonight, I think is going to be just so intense because this is win or go home. The Warriors and the Kings, that is going to be intense. The Lakers and Pelicans, I'm kind of fearful for a couple reasons. The whole back spasm that Anthony Davis had, on Sunday?
Yeah.
He says he's going to play. And then I started hearing crazy people talking about, well, maybe they'll hold him out, saving because they don't want to face the Nuggets in the first round of the playoffs, and they batch up better against the Oklahoma City Thunder, blah, 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 blah. Pelicans are favored by 1.5. They're at home. But, man, when I look at this first game, LeBron, AD, and company, they played 4 times this year. And then they've won 3 out of 4, and they've averaged 126 points per game against the Pelicans. They just get off all over the Pelicans. They put it in the hole when they play New Orleans. And this is, Zion's first playoff, appearance. And you got AD and LeBron over there with all the experience they have. I kind of feel like the wrong team's favored. If they want the game. Like, unless the Lakers really are crazy enough to be like, you know what, we'll just set AD and we'll beat the Warriors or the Kings.
Okay, before you do that, as well as the Lakers have dominated the Pelicans, the Kings and the Golden State have dominated the Lakers.
It's a good point.
So be careful what you wish for.
It's a very, very good point.
Because both of them have dominated the Lakers in the regular season. And I don't think the Lakers got anything. Because one thing about those games is all about matchup. The Lakers don't match up well against Golden State, and they don't match up well against Kings. But they might match up well against the Kings because the Kings are not as healthy as they have been in the
last
in
month
the regular
of the season. They've been decimated by injuries. It's been kind of sad.
But this
to watch.
is it. Will those guys play? I think those guys who couldn't play in the regular season, they may show up. And, the Lakers might not want to face them, especially if Golden State wound up beating the Kings.
Yeah. And what was it just last Sunday that Lakers just beat the brakes off the Pelicans? Wasn't it Sunday?
Yeah, that was Sunday.
Yeah, it was Sunday. Man, it's just 2 days ago. I'm trying to, like, wait, man.
Yeah. So my thing is get into the playoffs, and if you run against Denver, so be it. If it's meant to be, you're going to beat them. If you're not going to beat them, you're not going to beat them. Because you never know what can happen. Because you can walk down the court and somebody can turn an ankle, and that can turn the whole series around.
I think also, by the way, one other thing I was going to say, and I agree with everything you just said, but I like the Lakers tonight because
I do too.
I think they're
I do
just a
too.
great
Because of
matchup
the
against the
experience.
Pelicans.
Because of the
Experience. They shot 53% against the Pelicans for the season. That's freaking ridiculous. And yes, LeBron and AD, if they're healthy and going. And I mean, AD, the back spasm situation, I'm really not worried about. But that Warriors and Kings game, like,
That's gonna be a bomb burner. That's gonna be a great game.
that's going to be a great game. But I'll honestly just this Warriors team, I feel like the young Bucks are going to get them tonight.
Yes, I do too. But because they're at one day at home, and two, you got to realize too that who knocked them out the playoffs last year? It was Golden State. So they're gonna take a lot of that emotion from last year. That was people that was on the team, and so look, we're not gonna let this happen 2 years in a row. So they're gonna be extra amped, and the fans gonna be extra amped. And they're gonna be trying their best to light that beam.
I think they're going to light the beam, man. I think you put Davion Mitchell all up in Steph Curry's grill, try to get him a little bit flustered. And then, of course, you let Sabonis, basically feed your offense, and you got to have Fox get hot. I mean, that's basically I mean, that's just I see the Kings tonight. I just feel like this Warriors team, man, we've been watching them all year long. They're a little bit too old. Draymond, though, does seem pretty fired up about tonight's game, if you're watching his podcast.
He does it. I hadn't watched it. I've never watched one of his podcasts and probably never will, but I'm going to be up to the last second tonight, so hopefully it don't go in overtime because I'm going to be a tired soul tomorrow.
Yeah, you are going to be a little tired, man. I'm telling you that. You are definitely going to be a little tired after tomorrow. Now, you like both underdogs too, so like we agree on everything. This is just not normal for us.
Oh, how you like what Penny's doing so far with he's out grocery shopping. He's out at Kroger looking up at the top shelf, looking at the sale rack, looking at the clearance rack. How you like what he's doing so far?
Okay. I'll tell you, I love PJ Haggerty.
I love PJ Haggerty.
I like country artist Colby Rogers. Who
Love
can shoot
Colby
the three.
Rogers.
I hope everybody starts calling him the country singer because he did.
He does sound like a country singer, doesn't he?
Colby Rogers to the stage.
Hey, wrong dialogue, wrong market, wrong audience.
I know. He's just wild though, Colby Rogers. And then I also am thinking about Dane Danger. Like, I just don't know. And you might want to, hit me in the face. I saw the Jordan Brown situation. It didn't work. I've never been a fan of Malco. I haven't seen Penny run an offense through a center with a guy who actually plays with his back to the basket. I'm kind of curious, like, is this a good fit for Danger, for Memphis? And why would he leave Illinois, which was a bad fit for him, to come to Memphis, which runs like a system that really is not good for him either?
But Penny runs one of those systems, one of them NBA systems that, he can get a look and get a sniff of, so the NBA executives can look, okay, if I can run this thing, if I can trim down 20, 25 pounds, and I can run the court, and I can be one of those role players that make $5 to $10 million a year. That's what I can do. Up in Illinois, he wasn't doing none of that because they were just running and shooting and gunning. Memphis is not that type of team like Alabama, which 90% of their shots going to be outside the arc. But they want to, with Memphis, they do at least try to go inside, and they try to run a half-court game. So that fits more his game than it did in Illinois.
How do they get Mr. Jones? How do you get David Jones with the NIL situation? With how do we pay him? Do we just go out of town? If you hit me up, bro, I'll drop that bag. I'll take my 10% though.
It's all about that valuation, man. When they go to Moody's and they go all these evaluations,
he's not going to be a first round pick in the NBA. That's for sure.
But put it this way, you got to realize something. David Jones, he has two goals. One is to support his family, which he's doing with the NIL he's getting from Memphis, and two, he wants to go to the tournament. And he's not like some other guys. He's not going to change schools just for the sake of changing schools. I think he actually liked being in Memphis. I think he liked playing for Penny Hardaway. I think he liked the chances to be successful in his conference. And I think he actually believes in Penny and what he has in store for him.
I hope you're right because I would love to get David Jones back in the house. And again,
and you put David Jones with those three,
with Haggerty,
add some more.
Yeah, you got to add some more now.
Right, you got to add some more, especially on the perimeter defense, because I saw one time on social media, you don't need an AAC, All-Star team. Yes, you do. because those guys know what it takes to compete in this league. People outside that league don't respect that league, but the players in this league know that on any given night, any team can beat anybody.
That is also true. Today, by the way, spring football transfer portal windows opened.
Bad
you
news.
putting
Bad
in a little
news.
bit of work. Yeah, is Memphis all right?
They just lost a DB. Lost that DB, which was shocking because I thought that DB with Reggie Howard they were going to be pretty good, but evidently the competition must be really tight. But also too, when people see your success, they come calling you with a little
cash,
cha-ching, a little cha-ching. And and that's the bad thing about being good. Being good on a good team, people gonna always ring you up and try to get you to see can they buy you out. And unfortunately, some of these people, they go to the highest bidder versus going to what's best for them.
I know you drink blue Kool-Aid. I know you bleed blue. I know you Memphis through and through. Is Memphis next year going to be the non-SEC, ACC, Big 12, Big 10 team that gets the automatic qualifier, that fifth spot in the expanded playoffs? Do you still believe they got it?
Put it this way. Memphis will go to the playoffs, and they will be playing in a New Year's Six game.
You're calling it on April 16th.
And there may be some changes after the fact. Because everyone said they don't like Ryan Silverfield, but everyone loves a winner. And I think if Ryan Silverfield gets to a New Year's Six bowl game,
dude, he will be literally he will be the greatest thing since we'll be like Penny Who.
Exactly. If he gets to another New Year's Six bowl game, and hopefully it's the Cotton Bowl because I love the Cotton Bowl, if he gets there, his phone will ring. And as much as he said he loves Memphis, and he only makes $3 million here. If somebody said, "Come on, Ryan, we're gonna give you $6 million," he'll be a fool not to go. And I would tell that to his face.
I totally agree. It's kind of like the whole Rory McIlroy thing. Did you hear about
And
this?
I love Rory, but Rory, if you don't take $100 million,
no, $850 million.
I'm gonna slap you myself, Rory, when I see you.
Bro, that's not even you still get to compete.
Yes.
In other tournaments to win more money.
In majors.
I mean, that is just. I mean, I don't know, and I know he's been the most outspoken person against that Live Tour.
Yeah.
But the fact that if somebody literally offered him $850 million and he said no, I would say immediately get that dude to a mental institution, get him into a doctor, somebody scan his brain. He's got something wrong going on. How do you not take $850 million? Plus, instead of having to play 72, you only have to play 54. It's like, hey, I get to do 25% less work.
And you can call me a hypocrite. You can call me whatever you want. But when you call me rich.
Yeah. You can call me anything you want if I got $850 million. You're so right. Oh, man. Hey, Terry, do me a favor. One other thing, because I know you're a big old baseball fan. Your Reds let me down yesterday.
Yeah, they let me down, too. They beat up on Chicago White Sox, and I got a little happy, man.
Oh, they beat man. Ellie De La Cruz was running them bags like a madman and hitting 430-foot bombs. That dude's a freak.
My God, that was a good series.
That dude is a freak. But I'm just telling you, you confident in your Reds team this year?
I don't look at wins and losses when it comes to baseball, but I would be thoroughly entertained every night of the year with my Reds baseball team.
Yeah, you'll definitely be entertained. I like the fact they got.
So you never know what you're gonna get.
Hunter Green on the bump tonight now for the Reds.
I love Hunter. Yeah,
I do too. Hey, Terry, thanks for your time. Everybody read his work at the new Tri-State Defender. Follow him on Twitter at TerryD515 and always listen to him right here. What you working on this week?
Football. Come out to see the Tigers spring game. It'll be a preview of a 10-plus win game season this year, Saturday night. Come on out and see the Tigers.
Man, have fun, Terry. I'll see you soon, brother.
I'll be good, my brother.
That is Terry Davis. Got to remind you, do you need to get away? Dacus, have you ever needed just to get away?
Oh,
you're like,
all the time.
I mean, you're like, I just can't take it anymore. Yes. I'm tired of all these crazy people. Last night, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. It's like, I love chess. You know that, right?
Absolutely.
Bro, yesterday was one of those days I just wanted to get away. So I had to. I snuck out, got in my car, opened the gate before she could get behind my car, and I went on to 4632 Winchester Road. You know what was over there? Getaway Sports Bar. I was like, felt so much better the minute I walked in. There's 15 TVs, all tuned to different sports. There was baseball. There was the women's WNBA draft. All kinds of things are going on in the tube, bro.
Plus, they have 6 pool tables, darts, 2 dartboards. They have a golden tee. I'm telling you, man, if you just need to get away and want to go watch some sports, drink the coldest beer in town, go to Getaway Sports Bar. Again, that's 4632 Winchester Road. Hardinwood's on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
You've been having a good time at Mugshots Grill and Bar in Olive Branch. Soon you'll be having a good time at a brand new Mugshots. Mugshots Grill and Bar is opening their first Tennessee location at 656 West Poplar in Collierville, where you can try one of Mugshots' 19 specialty burgers, including the Mugshot Burger. Finish it in 12 minutes and it's free, plus you get a free t-shirt. So cheers to great food, good drinks, and fun company at Mugshots Grill and Bar, where you're always having a good time.
You've heard of James Gaddis Jewelers, but have you heard what they've done lately? Everything! A tremendous selection of diamonds and jewels, gold, silver, and much more. Lots of watches, tons of custom-made jewelry, fine gemstones, bracelets, necklaces, so many choices. Romantics will love the one-of-a-kind estate and vintage jewelry. James Gaddis has experts to help you with wedding and engagement rings, plus 2 repair experts for fine watches and jewelry. Layaway and financing available. James Gaddis Jewelers at 4900 Poplar.
Visit Frontier Western Store today for new shirts and boots. Frontier is your top Carhartt store in the Mid-South. There's thousands of in-stock shirts and jeans. They have the classic K87 pocket tee in every color they make, including new ones just released. Available small to 4X. Want new jeans? Frontier has you covered with super tough work denim by Carhartt. And you've got to check out their selection of Ariat jeans for men, women, and children. You'll love how easy it is to find the size and style you need. Have you seen Frontier's remodeled world-famous boot showroom? It continues to expand. New styles by Ariat just arrived, plus plenty of in-stock proven classics too. Whether you need work or dress boots, trust that Frontier's the place to come. See thousands of pairs of Ariat boots and thousands more by Dan Post, Corral, Durango, Rocky, Twisted X, and others. And Frontier's pricing is lower than online and chain stores, so you know just the local shop to visit. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, and on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Locally owned and operated since 1967.
You know, sometimes I wish I had a gun.
Well, I'm armed, but before I bought one, I still went to Top Gun Academy to learn to protect myself without a gun.
How is that possible?
Top Gun's personal protection training. It's perfect if you want to protect yourself without firearms.
I don't know.
And it's perfect if you feel the need to carry a gun for self-defense, because the last thing you really want to do is shoot.
That is scary.
Not at Top Gun. It's very comfortable, and you learn to load, handle, and shoot a handgun safely. Protect yourself. Go to Top Gun Academy. They're at 2770 Winton Road.
Hey, Jason, my main man, Marshall, what's up over there at Gossett Volkswagen on the Pike?
Well, Randy, we know that one size doesn't fit all at Gossett Volkswagen, so we've got a take-your-pick offer that covers all the bases.
Well, everybody I know, including me, loves choices. So, Jason, what do you got?
How about a 2024 Taos S, 2024 Tiguan S, or a 2024 Jetta Sport? Take your pick for $279.99 a month. Plus 1.9 for 60 months on all Atlas and Atlas Cross Sports. Or get a brand new 2024 Atlas Cross Sport SE for only $33,988. And no reasonable offer will be refused.
Ask for Jason, the main man, Marshall, at Gossett Volkswagen, 1875 Covington Pike, or online at GossettVWMemphis.com.
That's Gossett Volkswagen on Covington Pike, where we're charging forward and charging less every day.
All 36-month lease, 7,500 miles per year. Taos RMO 51756, MSRP 26063. Tiguan RM 103,910, MSRP 31363. Jetta RMO 48802, MSRP 25506. Cross Sport RC 236449, MSRP 38981. Includes $3,000 rebate. Cannot be combined with special APR. Includes all rebates and incentives. PS 695. Excludes stock final license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit dealer stock only.
You don't have to be an executive to enjoy the Executive Happy Hour at 117 Prime, Memphis's premier downtown dining destination, but you'll feel like one. From 4 to 6 in the afternoon, Tuesday through Saturday, find your way to the bar at 117 Prime, because that's where the Executive Happy Hour happens. And enjoy $1.50 Gulf oysters, $4 domestic beers, $7 house wines, and $7 cocktails, a daiquiri, an old-fashioned, a margarita, or a martini, and soak up the atmosphere at 117 Prime like a big shot.
4.9 liter V8, 0 to 60, and I'm about to find out.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It's been a great Tuesday, man. We got day baseball going on, man. Right now we got a little Rangers, and they're playing a team that is hopefully going to lose today. That's the Tigers. The problem is those damn Tigers right now got a runner on third base, man. Only one out.
Hit a triple.
Damn it. Come on, John Gray. Get going, son. Give me back my son. He's got 4K. Strike this man out. Help me out. Help out a man. We need the Rangers. Help out all of our audience. We got basketball tonight. I'm fired up, man. You got the elimination game at 9 o'clock on TNT, Golden State and the Kings. You got the team who wins today has basically moves on, and they face the 2 seed in Denver. So is it going to be the Lakers or the Pelicans who play the Denver Nuggets in the first round of the playoffs? We're going to find out tonight. I'll give you my predictions on the other side, but I did want to remind you, we're about to do a little Hardwood where it feels so good. I got an update on that Easter heist. You know, the $30 million that was stolen on Easter?
Mm-hmm.
I got another little update on that, but I have to tell you something that's very important first. This is so cool. You know, good times are always happening at Mugshots. They're down in Olive Branch. But, bro, coming to Carterville with its grand opening, first store in Tennessee, it's April 25th. And guess what? You could win free burgers for a year. All you have to do is go to Mugshots on Facebook, like, follow, and then share with 2 friends. One lucky winner, again, is going to get burgers for a year. No purchase necessary. You're getting free burgers, man. They're going to open up at 656 West Poplar out there at Poplar by Halia where the old Charlie's used to sit. So go by there any day between 2 and 6, Monday through Friday. They have the best happy hour. You get domestic drafts, half price. You get snacks for $3. Mugshots Grill and Bar. Their grand opening is April 25th in Collierville. Always having a good time. Let's go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
Man, I got to start with my heist, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is something I've been paying attention. It feels like some Ocean's 11 stuff. Remember, was that George Clooney and like Brad Pitt and a bunch of other crazy characters?
Yeah, that's the new one.
Well,
I think the original's better.
Well, I didn't even see the original. Who was in the original?
Oh, everybody. Dean Martin.
What?
Rat
Pack style?
The whole Rat Pack was in it, yeah. So if you know the Rat Pack, it's all those guys.
All right. That sounds pretty cool. Well, this was the heist that happened. It's out in L.A. It was at Garda World. If you haven't heard about this, somebody stole, you won't believe this, snuck in, didn't set off any alarms. Were able to steal $30 million in cash. Anywhere from 660 to 700 pounds worth of cold, hard cash. They were able to go in through the roof, break into the vault, take all the money, extract about 700 pounds of money, get away, scot-free, no alarm set off. The vault was closed. They didn't even know the vault was empty till they came to work on Monday.
Crazy.
And a lot of people are talking about this is definitely, you know, like a very experienced crew. Well, now there are zero investigators, or the FBI is who's investigating this joint. They're zeroing in on one thing. They noticed that last year, Garda World had 13 false alarms. The police were sent to Garda World 13 times last year. All 13 times when the police arrived, it turned out to be, quote, a false alarm. And guess when the last false alarm was?
The day before Easter.
The day before,
You're
March
kidding.
30th. No,
wow.
It was the day before Easter. And they went out there, and I guess, you know, like if you go out there 13 times in a year, you just basically feel like Garda World's a false alarm.
It's like the boy that cried wolf.
But I kind of feel like maybe a lot of those false alarms might have been the peeps trying to figure out how to not trip the alarm.
Wow.
Because 13 false alarms at this place, they said it by the FBI, they didn't want to they said is extremely high. So were they trying to figure out all the different alarms, the getting like their times and all that stuff down? I think that's what they were doing, bro. But I do want to say this, man. I have a feeling that nobody is going to get caught in this one. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Like it feels like this is going to go down as one of those perfect heists. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Damn, did you hear? Dude, Blake Griffin's retiring?
Yeah, he announced it this morning.
Damn, son. 14 years is calling it a little quits.
Good for him.
For a number 1 overall draft pick. What do you think about his career? 6-time All-Star.
I love Blake Griffin. I mean, I know that's little.
Are you an Oklahoma fan?
No, I was a kid when he was at Oklahoma, so I loved watching him. But I like Blake Griffin.
He was
controversial
also,
here.
He was the rookie of the year too, man.
Clippers. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Averaged 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists a game when he was playing for the Pistons, the Nets, and the Celtics during his career. Not bad. He was a high flyer. Had some talent. Couldn't really shoot the ball. I don't know. Blake Griffin. Well, at least he didn't have any like Kardashian scars.
That's a great point.
He got in the NBA, got out with a boatload of money, and didn't have a whole lot of drama.
Mm-hmm. Except that one person who we thought might have had his kid, but I don't think it was.
But it wasn't the porn star Lana Rhodes.
That's right.
Man, I'm up on this stuff, brother.
Yeah, I know you are. That's why I bring it up to you.
I got this. I'm always making sure. Now, speaking of like WAGs, by the way, that's wives and girlfriends or porn stars. WAGSPA. Wives and girlfriends and porn stars. All right. I bring that up because why did I bring that? Oh, yes, because I just saw something that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. And listen, I do understand that the world is changing. Like there's just different, like things are different. Like some people can't live without their cell phone. And I totally understand that because if I had it my whole damn life, I'd probably be addicted to it. I hate cell phones. I put mine in drawers all the time. Like when I went out Saturday night, like this dude, somebody was like, "Oh man, let me get your number," and I was like, "Well, let me give you my number." And I was like, "Well, let me give you my number because I don't have my cell phone." And they're like, "What? You don't have your cell phone?" Because like I never take my cell phone out. When I go out, I go to see actual human beings. I don't need to talk to nobody. So I do understand like things change. Today when you go out, it drives me crazy when everybody's looking at their damn phone.
Sure.
But this is now driving me crazy because the young people today sit there and say that I'm bad because I shouldn't be ranking WAGs, wives and girlfriends of star athletes. But guess what they're doing?
What are they doing?
They're now ranking artificially intelligent AI, whatever you call it, fake people that are made by AI. They're now having the first AI beauty pageant.
Wow.
With cash prizes. And it says, all the hottest bots out there, put yourself out there and you could win. Now, the thing that just also broke my heart is I just realized that none of these girls are real.
A hot bot with a hot bod, you know what I'm saying?
So these aren't real people.
No.
They look real.
How about that? So I guess the person who created them gets the money if they win?
I guess that's how this works, but like, bro, like, can we make these things and one day like turn our wives into these?
Only in pictures, I think, John.
No, like you put on a thing and all of a sudden she looks like this.
Maybe like the Apple Vision Pro or something like that.
I mean, you can make us look better too.
Sure.
Like, is eventually we all just gonna not like have any idea what real people look like?
No, I'm glad you brought this up because that was actually when the Apple Vision Pro came out, everyone was like testing all the features, and there's an app you can get on Apple Vision Pro. Now it's not great, and it will get better, but you can like change people's faces to different things. So this like girl was showing, and she like called her boyfriend into the room, and she like changed his face to look like Zac Efron, and so she was like, "Oh, you look good."
He'd probably have a better chance of,
Probably.
What is that song? I did it for the Nookie. The Nookie. Isn't that a song? Limp Bizkit, I think.
Hey, you know what?
I think.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Speaking of the Nookie, did you see Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift at Coachella? Or Coachella?
I did, and Ice Spice was with them in the video I saw.
Yeah, is that the one of her smoking weed?
Yeah, it sure is.
So now we got another Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift drug problem.
Wow.
People need to relax. So this all started after Travis Kelce won the Super Bowl. They went and partied in Vegas, if you don't remember. And they were in a club, and Travis and Taylor were hitting on a joint. And then Travis noticed somebody filming him, so he like covered up Taylor, and they kind of slid the joint somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Well, they're at Coachella. They're in there dancing, having a good time, and Ice Spice is smoking a big old joint. Now, Ice Spice don't care if you videotape her smoking weed because she didn't give a damn.
Right.
But Travis and Taylor were like all kind of trying to hide it. I feel like Tay-Tay, if she's going to fix this, just needs to be like, yo, bro, I like smoking a little lettuce.
Sure.
I've been doing that for years.
Oh, but what would all the Swifties think, John?
Well, the Swifties are just going to have to deal with it. And by the way, let me tell you something, though. I did find this out. This is amazing. You won't believe this. Did you know that when you're 45 years or older, they say that you should, 40 years or older, that you should actually start smoking weed because it's great. It helps. They believe it prevents dementia and Alzheimer's, and it's good for you cognitively. It also reduces cortisol levels and stress and things that like build up plaque or whatever in your damn brain. I'm not a doctor. This is what the doctor told me.
Interesting.
But you shouldn't start smoking pot until you're 25 years old because your brain's not fully developed. And if you start smoking pot when you're too young, it could actually later in life bring on like psychosis or depression and stuff. So weed is good when you're 40. And guess what, brother?
You're 40.
I'm old. Yeah, we'll just say I'm 40. I'm 40. So it's good for me.
How about that?
But Taylor Swift is what, 32 years old? She's not 25. She's older than 25. Her brain's fully developed.
Sure.
The girl can smoke a little lettuce if she wants. I don't think this should be a big deal. And we know Travis Kelce's been smoking lettuce since the days. You saw his high school prom stupid picture, right? Man, that dude was smoking some lettuce back then. You know he was.
Sure.
All right. What was that other story that I had that was pretty interesting? Oh, yeah, this is the other one. Bro, the whole Ipe situation. I've been talking about this for a long time.
Yeah.
More and more information keeps coming out about Ipe. This is a really bad human being.
I haven't seen this story. I've seen all the other ones, but I haven't seen this one.
Well, basically, it feels like Ipe, I mean, if you listen to some of the reports that are out there, you can check out the one that the Bro Bible dropped that I was reading this morning. Incoming clean, Mitsuhara made basically one last effort to protect himself from the law by trying to throw Shohei Ohtani under the bus, they say. Like when he wouldn't go along with the story that he covered the $4.5 million, it kind of leaked out that some of the authorities have said that Ipe was basically trying to then pin it on Shohei Ohtani to avoid the legal trouble. That is like, bro, you stole $16 million. You admitted it first to 4.5. Then it was kind of 7. All right, damn it, I stole 16. But you had already stolen $16 million at this point, and then you were busted, and your first thought was, you know what, protect myself and throw the dude that I stole $16 million under the bus? You remember how I came on the air and was like reckless speculation, but there's no way in hell that somebody stole $16 million, and Shohei Ohtani had no clue. Again, I also feel like his accountant sucks. He should be fired. And people around him, I mean, over 2 years, if $16 million is coming up missing and your accountant hasn't been able to figure that out,
wow,
dude needs to be fired on the spot. And I hate firing people because I'm a nice guy. But then to hear now that, you know, he has turned himself in, he's also been released on $25,000 bond.
Wow.
Like, that's chump change to a guy who stole $16 million.
I guess so, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Problem is, the bookmakers got all of it. But no, I just can't believe, like, the dude literally was going to throw Shohei under the bus to take the brunt of the blame and tried to orchestrate it to where he said he was covering for Shohei. Wow. And they looked through it and were like, nope. We got all your text messages. We got all this. We got all this. They've been looking. So, yeah, man, it looks like Shohei Ohtani really just got screwed over by, like, one of the worst dudes ever.
What a terrible guy, honestly.
Like, dude, like, could you, like, your conscience, they did everything together. Mm-hmm. Did you know that?
For, like, literally the moment he entered Major League Baseball, they were, like, inseparable because he had to follow him around and speak for him.
If you ever, like, you know, if you were ever a terrible person and slept with somebody else's wife or something,
right?
I don't think you'd be hanging out every day with her husband.
No, not at all. You'd be avoiding him.
That's like you stole $16 million and you're just hanging out with this dude all the damn time.
Crazy.
It's a weird world, man. We're going to take a quick time out because we got the games from the NBA tonight. I'm going to lock them in. I'm going to put it in my phone, and we're going to rock and fire on the other side. We got the Lakers and the Pelicans at 6 o'clock on the TNT. At 6:30, actually, is the first tip. Sorry, 6:30 is the tip. And then at 9 o'clock, you have the Warriors and the Kings. I'll tell you who's going to win on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned in to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Getaway Sports Bar, the best kept secret in town, open noon to 1:30 a.m. 7 days a week. Garvin, the owner, created this SEC NFL Dream Bar over 20 years ago. You'll never miss a minute of action. 10 TVs, 5 70-inch TVs for all the big games. Rack them up on 6 pool tables. Coldest beer in town, grab you a pool stick and get you some good bar grub. 100% Angus burgers, big and moist chicken tenders. Daily happy hour Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. with long neck domestics, $2.25. Getaway Sports Bar, 4632 Winchester.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And in the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. The ugly truth is, when you buy a timeshare, you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. I recently helped a couple that had their maintenance fees go from $800 to $3,200 a year. They also received a $4,000 assessment for a hurricane that was over 1,000 miles away. Sound crazy? The crazy thing is, this never ends. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. Call 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
Napa Cafe celebrates 26 years in 2024. Hi, I'm Glenda Hastings, owner of Napa Cafe, and I want to thank you for making us part of your dining experiences. If you are a first-time guest or have dined with us countless times, I want to thank you for making us part of your lives. Whether you're celebrating with the crowd or planning a cozy date night on the town, Napa Cafe can provide you an extraordinary evening. We have 5 dining rooms, including our private wine cellar, our Jan's room for 2 guests, and the Eleanor room for parties up to 60. Sit back, relax, and celebrate. Leave the cooking to us. Come see me at Napa Cafe, 5101 Sanderlin Avenue. We're open Wednesday through Saturday for dinner starting at 5 o'clock. We also offer curbside pickup from our full menu. For details on our stay-in, dine-out menu or reservations, visit our website at napacafe.com. Come join us as we celebrate 26 years of Napa Cafe in 2024. We can't wait to serve you.
This is hard to believe, but the Hyundai Santa Fe is actually better. I know, that's crazy, isn't it? The 2024 Santa Fe is new, top to bottom, and even better than before. It's almost as big as the Palisade, so roomy, and now it's got a standard third row. Everybody's clamoring for that. And it's the best SUV when it comes to the ride than ever before. You know how with SUVs you love it because you're sitting high, but you don't get that luxury kind of ride like a sedan? You do with the 2024 Santa Fe. It's the best riding SUV ever, and it's quiet. It's the ultimate family car. All you've got to do to be sold is to test drive it. The people at Homer Skelton Hyundai are saying, come try it. You'll love it. Homer Skelton Hyundai, right at the corner of Highway 78 and Craft Road. First exit in Mississippi. Go see the ultimate SUV, the 2024 Santa Fe.
In the game of life, every point matters, especially when it comes to your loved ones. Score big for your family by securing life insurance with SelectQuote. Their team of experienced licensed insurance agents can help you find the right policy at the right price in just minutes. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. My wife's also 40, and her $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. Plus, with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Whether you need a $100,000 policy or a $10 million policy, SelectQuote can help you score big on affordable coverage. Don't let the clock run out on your chance to protect your family's future.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-656-1970. That's 1-800-656-1970. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-656-1970. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
There's an institution in East Memphis that I love talking about. It's the Spirit Shop at 4848 Poplar Avenue, right down the street from Clark Tower, and it looks like a log cabin. It's been around Memphis since 1969 with a family-owned, friendly, knowledgeable sales staff that is just a wonderful place to go. I love going in and talking wine or bourbons, and they've got such great selection. So if you've not visited the Spirit Shop in a while, it's been remodeled. You'll love what you see when you need spirits. Tell Eddie Wollo said hello.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with my good buddy Brian Dacus all day long, all day strong. Big thanks to Terry Davis, David Cobb. We had a lot of fun today. Also want to remind all of y'all out there, y'all need to elevate your performance, and I'm talking to you men. You want to elevate your performance? Do it with hormone replacement therapy. They have pellets that are individually tailored for you, each client at 901 Aesthetics. Let me tell you something. That's where beauty meets wellness. Hormone replacement therapy, laser hair removal, laser hair restoration. They got you all covered. And if you want to get a little bonus point, man, it's summer right now. Get your girl like a facial. Get her some wonderful laser skin rejuvenation. I send my girl to stay there and look young, and she does a fabulous job. Also, by the way, it's the summer. No more razor burn. Go have that laser hair removal. That way, when you got to put on the bikini, you can go out there and feel great. Never have to shave again. I'm telling you. 901 Aesthetics, where beauty meets wellness. We're rocking with the Dogs tonight. Lakers, they've already played the Pelicans 4-time, winning 3. Well, they're going to win 4 out of 5 because they win tonight. And so are the Kings. Get out there, make the world a better place. See you on the flip side. Peace.
Springtime is hot wing time, and time for the ultimate hot wing showdown at the World Championship